YouTube. I haven't been on in a while, but I am on and I'm excited. I got my new little washer. I'm down right now, but I'm going to show you how big it is. It's not too big. It's perfect. So I'm just going to show you a few things. Okay. So this is the ZENY washer. It's only about 22 pounds. It's not that heavy. We have the wash timer that goes up to 15 minutes. This is the spout. You can hook up to a sink and go in there. I originally don't. I just fill it up with a bucket of water. Here's standard, soft load, and your drain. This is your spin dryer. It goes up to 5 minutes. Now, I usually do 5 minutes because it's easier for me to know that my clothes are going to be almost completely dry. So that way when I go to hang them, it's, won't take but maybe an hour. This is the little dilly. Never throw this away. You have to put this in to go inside. Okay, so I'm just going to put this in right now and just shut this because we are going to make sure that this is on standard. This is just a standard wash. Okay, this is the inside. Now I do have a lint catcher. As you can see, it is pretty filthy. But I usually wash a few times until it gets pretty dirty. It's not as bad right now, so we really don't have to worry about that. Okay, so here is a drainer that goes on a pan when you want to drain your grease. So what I do is I just put the spout down on top of it and it catches all the lint. And you will see how dirty that lint will get on that in a minute. So, alright, let's start our wash. So I'm just going to put in pair my son's underwear, panties, little girl's panties, socks, let's see. And you don't want to make it too full, but you can also add in, these are my son's pants, just little stuff for right now. Here's another shirt, here's my waitress apron. So I'm just going to put in a little bit of things just to show you how I do this. Alright, so I'm just going to put my bucket down and I'm going to turn on the hot and then I'm going to turn on the cold. I want to get it a little warm but not hot. Do not ever use just hot water because it will sooner than later mess your machine up. So you always want to make sure that you use warm to lukewarm. Okay, so I'm doing this with one hand, trying to get this in here. So we're just going to pour this in. Make sure it's not on drain, because if it's on drain, you will be doing it for nothing. So if you look right here, there is a medium. And if you look closely and I go up to about here, you can see these little letterings. It says H. That's for a high load. Now, I usually just do medium load because I don't want to overflow it. So we're just going to go back over here and refill this bucket. It only takes me 2 buckets to fill this up, and it's a lot easier to maintain. So I'm just going to stop it right at the line in the bucket. Now I'm going to pour my water in to where it does not go over. Now, as you can see, it is almost to the M. So we just need a little bit more water. You want to make sure you give it some room to wash. Sorry about my backside. I haven't scrubbed it lately. I'm doing my cleaning and my laundry today, so I haven't gotten to bleaching my tub. So I'm just going to pour this in until it gets right at the M. And it is right at the M. So I'm not going to worry about it. Now I'm going to move my bucket out the way because I want you to see how dirty these clothes get when they come out. And you see the tub is white. There's everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shut the lid. I'm going to turn it on about 9 minutes to wash because my kids' clothes get pretty dirty. And then as you can see, it's starting to wash. I wanted to show you up close. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of soap. That's what I'm doing right now. You don't need very much, just a little bit. About a tablespoon of soap is all you need. Okay? And I'm making a mess, so I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, the bubbles are starting to come up. You don't want to put too much soap because then it'll have too many bubbles. But as you can see, it's washing pretty good. And it's not that loud. And I live in an apartment, so it's perfect for me and it's not too loud. We can't have washers or dryers. There's no hookups for them. But they never said anything about a portable washer, so we're just going to go ahead and do this then. See how murky the water is? Alright. We got about 6 minutes left on here, and then I'm going to show you how to rinse. Personally, the rinse thing would usually be over here, but mine does not come with one. So I have to do all my rinsing over here. Most of the time they want you to put your clothes in the spinner, hook the water spout up, let the water run as it's spinning, and then drain and all that. But we're not going to do that because I got an easier way and it works great and the clothes smell good and it comes out clean. So we're just going to sit here and chill for just a minute. I've got about 6 minutes left and then we'll come back. Okay, so the timer has stopped. We are at 0. It is automatically going to shut off. There's your water and your soap. So now we're going to need to rinse all this soap out. So let's go ahead and turn this to drain. Now look at all this water coming out. It's not as dirty, but you can also tell where the water's coming out. It is catching the lint. And that's a good thing because you don't want any lint going down your drains. It will specifically stop it up. And my drains in the apartment are already they flow really slow. So I can't put a whole lot in there. So there you go. There's a little bit of red lint from I washed my twins' bed sheets. I do that once a week because I just think it's grody when kids sleep on their sheets for a long time and they just get really, really dirty and you don't wash them. So I do wash them once a week. Every Wednesday they get washed. I hang them to dry. They dry within like 30 minutes and then that's it. So see how the water just automatically stopped? Okay, we are down to no water. So I'm going to show you how we do this. We're going to put it back on standard and we're going to fill it up with cold water. I do cold water because it's a lot better for me, especially on my clothes. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill that up and we're going to pour that cold water in. Okay? Alright. Go ahead and turn this off for just a second because I'm going to get that water in there just like that. Okay, now we're just going to do another one. I do still have a little bit of bubbles in the bucket from earlier, but it'll wash all the soap out of the clothes, so I'm pretty good with that. And we don't have to fill it up a whole lot because, of course, it's just going to go through a spin for maybe about 3 minutes. But I'm not going to make you watch it for no 3 minutes. Alright? So now what we're going to do is, since you don't have a dryer, we can't use dryer sheets. I have this Swivel or Suavitel or however you say it. This is a bigger bottle I get at the Dollar General. It's $2 and some change, but it's very strong. It does up to 25 loads. I think I've done a lot. It's about half full right now. I don't use a whole cap. I only use about maybe this from the top to about right here on each load. So we're just going to turn it to about 3 minutes, and then I'm going to show you how much of this that I use. So we're just going to do that right there, and maybe a little bit more, but it's not that much. As you can see, it's just a little bit. So I'm going to open this up, and then when it starts to spin again, I'm going to pour it in. Alright, so we're just going to pour that in there, like that. Alright, now I use fabric softener because it makes the clothes really, really soft, and they smell really good. And I don't have to worry about my clothes coming out all stiff and dingy. And plus, I rinse really good on the soap because I want to make sure I get all the soap out. So, we're going to let this rinse for about 3 minutes, and then I will be right back. Okay, and I am back. We have rinsed it, and you hardly see any bubbles in there. So we're going to go ahead and drain, and I'm just going to show you the water comes out pretty clean. And as you can tell, I wanted to show you right here. Let me move this bucket. As you can tell, the black stuff that's coming out of the tube, that is the lint, and it's catching the lint perfectly on that strainer. So always remember to get a mesh strainer. A flat one so it can just run over it and you don't have to worry about anything going down. Now you can also throw in some washable lint catchers, the flowery ones off of Amazon in here, but originally I was going to get some and I didn't, so I went to the Dollar Tree and I found this and it works perfect. It was only $1 and it's very convenient. So we just got done with that. Now we are going to try out the spinner. Alright, so I'm just going to throw in panties and socks. We have to make sure that everything gets good and clean and dry, however you say it. And I'm kind of tied up here, so my waitress. And so I've got a pair of pants, my waitress thing, and there's panties and stuff. Okay, so they actually all fit in there because I didn't personally have a whole lot in that load. So I'm just going to put this in here and press down just a little. And dry my hands off because these little timers are hard. Now you can tell it's going to probably start off a little loud, but then it's going to be perfectly fine to use. Now as for that noise, this is the lid doing that on this side. So if I put the lid down, it vibrates it. So if I just leave it like that and let it spin, it's going to spin all that water out down there. So be perfectly good. But I've got it on 5 minutes automatically because I need my clothes to come out really clean. I'm just going to come over here and show you what I have in this basket. Now I've got some pants, some of my kids' pants that I have, and you can tell they come out pretty much no water, just damp, and they're almost dry. So that's all pretty much the way they're going to come out. And you can tell in the background I've got bigger clothes over there, but I can't use a whole lot because I have to do small loads on the bigger ones. But it gets the underwear and the socks pretty clean, so we're good on that part.